Control Players Unite.
The official Control Players Unite deck challenge in two forms. The overarching goal of the CPU deck challenge is to build a non-meta control style deck in any of the variants and achieve top 8 in an online tournament with a minimum of 35 players. You might consider lower stakes tournaments for this one. Or go on a 7-game win streak on the ladder. Bug wins count if one occurs after the first full turn. But Dr. Red, why not give us some kind of specific formula, like so many trainers or Pokemon of a certain kind? Well, young Grasshopper, there are two main reasons. First, we already do formulas for the monthly challenges in the Discord server. For those that do not know, I pick 2 control style themes a month for the challengers to build their decks accordingly, and then I play them on stream. Second, there are so many players and places from which to receive any kind of assistance in building meta decks, but the open-endedness of this challenge means there's more leeway, so the kind of help you're likely to receive is not run-of-the-mill. Rather than working with established archetypes, you have to find something else and then elevate it to something special. Therein lies the challenge. With that being said, what counts as non-meta? Meta in this context refers to archetypes, or ways of playing, that are not on the radar for a major tournament, such as a regional tournament. For example, Pablo Mesa's tier list for these archetypes looks as such. That's a minimum of 19 archetypes you would not be able to build because you want to build a deck that doesn't fit any of these. The trouble, ladies and gentlemen, is that the sizes of tier lists and interpretations of archetypes vary significantly. Really, you just need familiarity with the main archetypes in a given format to know which ones are not up for consideration, or just ask someone who is. But to clarify an extremely important point, yes, you can use individual meta cards in these decks. The decks themselves just can't become meta ones. An example, Fraxorus Control. It's a portmanteau of the Pokemon Fraxure and Haxorus. Fraxure has the Unnerve ability, which states that it can't be gusted, so you can let it sit on your bench while you charge it up. You then have the option of evolving into Haxorus, which has an aggro attack, Bring Down the Axe. It auto-KOs any Pokemon with a special energy attached and has a secondary attack for 230 base damage. You also have Mimikyu and Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX for stalling, as well as Noivern EX to prevent damage done to it by basics. Notice that the last 3 Pokemon mentioned are all in meta decks at this time, but the main attraction is Fraxure and Haxorus. The deck revolves around them with stalling as a secondary consideration. It is not wall stall, which is trying to prevent damage outright as a win condition. Damage prevention is secondary, attacking with the Haxorus line is primary. I need to point out, ladies and gentlemen, that making a deck like this one is easy. Winning, however, is not. Winning in this challenge implies that you're actually trying to use non-meta Pokemon as the main attraction, and not just using secondary ones as the secretive real deal. With that being said, we need a quick note on rogue decks. They are acceptable until they are considered regular meta, even if that means low tier meta. To summarize the 4 points of the challenge, you need to build a non-meta control style deck. You then need to enter and place in the top 8 of a minimum 35 player online tournament, or you need to go on a 7-game win streak on the ladder. You can also use rogue archetypes until they are regular meta. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. What did I miss? Where am I wrong? Please leave a comment. Take care of yourselves, and may God hold you in the palm of his hand.